Yeah. What's up? Let's get it rolling. He's back. Oh, God, yeah. All right. Let me check hair. Hair check. All right, we're still good. All right. For the past 2 weeks, I have discussed a decade that desperately needs to come back. The 1980s. Tonight, I'm going to wrap it up. Forgive me, but I have to throw my 2 cents in here. Let's start tonight where I left off last week. The year was 1986. I can't talk about 1986 without mentioning the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. On January 28, 1986, 73 seconds after blastoff, the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded, killing all 7 aboard. As irony would have it, this was the only space shuttle blastoff in history that had every school in America watching, as teacher Sally Ride was going into space. Look, kids, there she goes, up, up, and away. Look, kids, that's her torso on fire plummeting toward the ocean. Tragic. In 1986, Desmond Tutu was elected Archbishop of South Africa. I really don't care. I just like saying Desmond Tutu. In 1986, the New York Mets won the World Series. It was later discovered that the entire team were all wife-beating, gambling, alcoholic, coke-snorting, pistol-packing degenerates. Well, all except Darryl Strawberry. He was the only normal one on the team. In 1986, The Cosby Show was the #1 show in America. And in a related story, in 1983, crack cocaine was developed in the Bahamas. That was funnier for 2 weeks ago. This was a bad show. You know this show sucked when people of your own race are clowning it. I mean, come on, a black lawyer married to a black doctor with 4 perfect black kids? I don't fucking think so. I thought Fantasy Island had already been taken off the air. Hey, William, if your family is so perfect, autograph me a copy of Lisa Bonet's Skin Spread, okay? I thought so. With that said, let's get into 1987. Do you remember the rivalry between Debbie Gibson and Tiffany in 1987? Yeah, some rivalry. Debbie Gibson performed in arenas, and since Tiffany's fans were barely out of diapers, Tiffany had to tour the shopping malls of America. That's why Tiffany is so bitter today. Her biggest paying gig was for a crowd of tens of people at the Loaf and Jug grand opening in Kearney, Nebraska. And for the record, I'll take Tiffany. She's into anal. Oh. My favorite story...
How do you know that?
My favorite story...
Hey, Mallrats, get it?
What? Yeah, Mallrats, there it is. My favorite story of 1987 are... Check this out. 73-year-old Klaus Barbie was sentenced to life by the French court for war crimes. I don't know what's more ridiculous, that a 73-year-old was sentenced to life, or that it was the French who dropped the gavel on him. What kind of low-life piece of shit do you have to have the French drop the hammer on you? The biggest pussies ever in war conversation? Convicting someone of war crimes. Perfect. In 1987, Vanna White published her book entitled, quote, Vanna Speaks. Do we really care what this skank had to say? No. Yeah, I'm sure the chapter on the wild sorority parties at letter-turning college is a fine read. Move over, Shakespeare. Vanna is speaking. 1987 was the year of the scandals. Presidential wannabe Gary Hart stuck Donna Rice and was proud of it. Fawn Hall took the shredded document rap for Ollie North and the Iran-Contra operations. And everybody's favorite Jim Baker plunging his holy hog into perfectly breasted Jessica Hahn. I guess I would too if I had to wake up every day next to that Mimi Bobeck reject wife of his. Nobody got that, all right. with all this cheating going on, was it a coincidence that the movie Fatal Attraction was released in 1987? I'm guessing not. 1987 was also the birth of glam metal music. I love glam metal so much I collect it to this day. I'll take Poison, Tough, Pretty Boy Floyd, Faster Pussycat, Tiger Tails, Cinderella over all the bullshit that's on the radio today. Did you hear that, KBPI? And I'm not alone. This takes us to 1988. I'll start the year off with a joke. Who was the mayor of Palm Springs in 1988? Sonny Bono. No, really. I wouldn't have trusted this buffoon to run my bathwater, let alone make decisions about my future. It was great watching footage of Sonny Bono at city council meetings with that confused Shemp Howard look plastered on his pie hole. Congrats, Sonny, you got over on a real candidate because you banged Cher. Nice job. Does this mean Gene Simmons can now run for president of the United States? In 1988, the Iran-Iraq war ended after 8 years. The great fact about the war, 450,000 people died. And a decade and a half later, Americans still think they're going to kill Saddam Hussein. Yeah, right you are. He's a Twinkie in a bad beret who can withstand anything. Good luck. Who was bigger than Guns N' Roses in 1988? I've said it many times before, and I'm going to say it again. If Axl Rose wasn't such a whining 4-year-old girl, Guns N' Roses would have...
Hey, the Motley Crue is bigger than that.
Goddamn cell phone. Where am I at here? If Axl Rose wasn't such a whining 4-year-old girl, Guns N' Roses would have been bigger than the Beatles, Elvis, the Stones, and New Kids on the Block. You don't sell 40 million albums by accident. All he had to do was keep his head for another decade, and it was on. But Axl Rose chose his pacifier bottle and blankie over his potential. Good choice, I guess. From the open mouth insert penis file, Terence Trent D'Arby's infamous 1988 blast, quote, "My album is better than Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band." Yeah, it is. As soon as that sentence ended, Terence Trent D'Arby should have went ahead and put the gun in his mouth and pulled the trigger. It would have saved all of us music fans the time it took to run Terence Trent D'Arby off the map. 1988 was the birth of gangster rap. This shit was hardcore. The rap group NWA made heavy metal dudes look like Girl Scouts. What a rush that must have been, going to an NWA concert with the chance of getting plugged with hot lead if you wore the wrong colors. 1980. Jesus. Yeah, 1988 was the year of the California Raisins. Tiny black wrinkled raisins singing Motown? Can you imagine if that would have come out today? You'd have Jesse Jacks off on every news outlet in America. My people are not raisins. This is a racist act by the white man. Think about it. And finally, let's top off this monologue with the year 1989. The most ridiculous story of 1989 were the parents of the 2 Judas Priest fans who sued the band, claiming that subliminal messages in their song, "Better by You, Better Than Me," caused their sons to commit suicide. Let's see here. Subliminal messages, bad parenting. Subliminal messages, bad parenting. Yeah, I think I'll go with the bad parenting on this one. Here's a subliminal message for all the parents and every other who use scapegoats instead of parenting skills. Kill your kids, then yourselves, okay? Do it. Do it. 1989 was the debut of the TV show Cops. I lived for watching meth head scumbags getting their faces jammed in a pile of dog shit after the foot chase through the trailer park. In fact, 14 years later, I still fire up the popcorn when I watch Cops because it could be my neighborhood featured tonight. In 1989, I loved Madonna's public service announcement about how we should all use condoms or abstain from sex altogether. Yeah, great. This coming from a skank who's had more hammers in her than an Ace Hardware convention. This must have been Madonna trying to get back into good graces after Pepsi dropped her endorsement deal because she banged a black Jesus and burned crosses on her Like a Prayer music video. Nice try. In 1989, the Berlin Wall came down. Yeah, great, freedom, yada, yada. The best part about the wall coming down has got to be David Hasselhoff singing at the ceremonies. Nothing says celebration better than David Hasselhoff belting out a few numbers. Stupid Euros. My favorite story of 1989? Milli Vanilli, of course. Yeah. This was a bigger fraud than Arsenio Hall's show. From 3 #1 singles to a skipping record at the MTV Awards. Tragic. Let me get this straight. These guys get run out of the music industry, but yet every hip-hop artist of today are so phony, they make Milli Vanilli look like Lennon and McCartney. Doesn't seem fair, does it? Well, this concludes my look back at the 1980s. I hope you enjoyed it. Personally, I was a teenager all over again and loved every minute of it. Unfortunately, it's back to reality. That's my take, but then again, what the hell do I know? Yeah. Tonight, he is a Cones' own legend, back to do a couple songs from his new upcoming disc. Would you help me welcome back to the Cones' own Colorado's most controversial comedian, Robert Mateer. Yeah. All right. My director moved us closest together. He thought we were too far apart. So
We're never too far apart.
never. So anyway, what's been going on with you?
Actually, that Madonna song, Like a Prayer, is actually my favorite one by her.
Yeah, I know, mine too. I'll go on record.
Yeah, the 80s were great.
I loved it.
My favorite 2 albums of all time. #1, Prince and Revolution, Purple Rain. #2, Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Two of my favorite albums from the 80s. Well, Motley Crue, Girls, 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 and Tough. What comes around goes around. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, right?
It happens in every generation. The people that, like us, we were born in the 80s, or basically we were raised in the 80s. Our salad days were the 80s. You can't understand the 70s. Of course, the kids in the 90s can't understand the 80s, and then yada,
Right.
yada, yada, so on and so on. But
And the thing about that I find ironic about that is, like, every 20 years, they do like a retro. They go back. So like the kids that were on last week's show, you know, Cameron and his girlfriend Danielle, who won the Best Dressed 80s, in their high school, they're saying that the 80s are coming back. You see a lot of these kids now with, you know.
well, the 70s were hot there for like the last 5 years. So.
Right back, yeah. So it kind of does a kind of a retro kind of thing, goes back, and nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know, as long as
It's
we don't go back to the 60s.
It's gonna be weird when like when 2020 rolls around, because the 90s really didn't have its own.
Yeah, the 90s were terrible.
When you say the 90s, what do you think of besides Cobain blowing his head off?
Yeah.
What's so special with the 90s? You know.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
of course, I loved a lot of that music too. Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains is probably my
One of your favorite
band
bands,
of all
yeah.
time. But
Yeah, I like Alice in Chains. I like Soundgarden. I like Queensryche, the best Seattle band in my opinion. Queensryche. No, they don't get their just dues, but
if it comes back, it'll be in a different kind of way. A lot of these guys are just too old. I mean, you know. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. I mean, so they'll come back around. There'll be a new generation
doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, I would like to see kids like Cameron's age, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, doing my look, singing Poison type music.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see that. And I think right now there is a demand for it. I think because a lot of people are too scared to do it, I think if somebody goes out and gives it a shot, you know, I think it'll go over huge.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody now, America went through their Kurt Cobain rules fad. You know, that lasted, you know, it's over now. It's done with. We can get back to, you know.
Well, I mean, I actually like Nirvana, which all my friends hate me because of that. But I mean, if you can, how many people have changed music by themselves?
Exactly right.
Elvis, Led Zeppelin, maybe Sabbath,
the
I don't know.
Beatles.
Yeah, Pink Floyd, the Beatles, and there's like 6 groups. The Stones.
Right.
You know, so I think actually glam metal was getting too big. You know, everyone was leaving the bands. Yeah, they needed a change, unfortunately, which sucks for the people like us who are trying to get laid at that time. You know?
Right.
But yeah, a lot of bitter people out there. They're trying to get laid during the early '90s. That suddenly it just went dry.
It went
you know?
dry. Well, I was talking to Stevie Rochelle, the lead singer from the band Tough, and he was telling me, he goes, because they were big on the Strip. They played the Strip like every night. They played the Cat House, the Roxy, the Whiskey, the Rainbow, the Sunset, and he said there was like one day in 1984, one weekend, crawling. With you could take your pick. You could hit a rock and lay that person an hour later. The next weekend, everybody was wearing flannel shirts and the Strip was dry, dead, nothing. And it happened overnight in a blink of an eye.
And MTV has a lot to do with that.
MTV,
they decide who gets
killed.
played, who doesn't get played.
Right.
What I want to know is how did Bon Jovi make it where no one else pretty much did? And Bon Jovi is still playing in stadiums.
Well,
almost.
Bon Jovi he had great management. Doc McGee and his son, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. Doc McGee is a hell of a promoter. That's why Guns N' Roses, if they were still around today, they'd be bigger than everybody combined, bar none. They'd be bigger than Michael Jackson.
Well,
They would be huge.
Well, Michael Jackson sucks now, but he's
Well,
getting
yeah.
ready to go bankrupt.
That's what I heard.
That's amazing. How can you get spotted that much money and go bankrupt?
Yeah.
What a dick.
Well, MC Hammer did it. MC Hammer had millions, but he pissed it away on cars and blow and hoochies and,
Blow.
you know, he farted it all away. It's like, give me 1/10 of that. I can retire, invest the rest, and be on a beach for the rest of my life.
Actually, I know a guy that I do business with. He lives down the street from one of the linebackers for the Broncos. He's actually a backup almost. He got cut. He got re-signed recently at Wilson. Is that Wilson?
Al Wilson?
No, it's not. Oh, what's his name? I forget. Anyway, I guess he has like 4 cars.
Yeah.
He has a guy come and detail him every week, for like
Oh.
$75 a car.
That's horrible.
What is his name? I forget. He probably won't be with the team. He's on the bubble right now.
Oh, yeah?
But give me
Wow.
that kind of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
I said I said it on the show a while back. Give me $2 million, I can retire today.
I'll disappear.
You'll never see me again.
The CD is flying off the shelf.
Who hasn't got one of these yet? Right here. Toss them over.
Actually, I got the old one here too.
Oh yeah, we'll get an old one. Whoa. Oh, another broken one. I hate when that happens. Right.
Oh.
All right, we just took some eyes out. But actually, now that you brought that up, put it up for the camera. You're gonna want to see the first.
He's got. That's the only one I got was that one.
The first one.
I don't have it.
The first one.
You gonna throw it back up here? That's the second one. That's the first one. Oh, do you want the first one or the second?
The first one.
Oh.
You had it in your hand just now. Yeah.
This has just gone. This has officially just gone double tinfoil.
Which is what, 5 copies sold?
Yeah.
I just sold a copy of your disc on eBay not too long ago. A guy out in California picked it up, paid me $6.99.
$6.99. Huh?
$6.99 on eBay.
And a week later, you got an email saying, "What the hell is this dog shit?"
No, I haven't had any complaints, so.
No, I've been busy. I'm trying to write new songs now. I'll do a couple of new songs for you now. There's a good
Great.
chance the CD probably won't be out for like 2 or 3 years, but
Oh, okay.
I'm actually going to try and get a different vibe, get just some happy songs. Not necessarily funny, but more happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try and do a new CD where it's all happy songs. Let's see what happens. I'm just trying all different kinds of things.
Well, good. Good. Are you, last time I talked, you weren't performing anywhere? Are you still kind of away from the circuit?
I don't like performing live too much for some reason. It just doesn't do it for me. I don't
Really?
drink, so
Right.
Okay, you guys ready? So I have
Oh, yeah.
one of the goofy songs on the new CD is going to be called "Put Your Peekle in My Fecal." So that'll be one of the goofy ones. But I bought a house recently.
Yeah, very cool.
I've been in it for 3 weeks.
Oh, you already moved in it?
Yeah, on 132nd, which is funny because the suburbs is so much different. I lived downtown with you for 10 years.
Yeah, we lived in the same
The
place.
suburbs is just so much different than downtown.
Oh, yeah.
So it takes some adjustment, you know. But the one thing I hate the worst is when you go to restaurants, everybody has a kid. Fucking everybody has a kid.
Well, it's everywhere now. It's not just down. It's not in the suburbs. Everybody.
To hell with smoking sections and non-smoking. You should have children's sections and non-children's sections. Because I can handle a table full of guys blowing clove smoke and cigar smoke in my face before I can handle a kid. Ah! 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 And of course, the only two people in the room that don't hear are the parents.
Of course.
The parents are just.
Well, they tuned that stuff out years ago.
They're just numb to it. Numb to it. It just grates on me so bad,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah.
So actually, we were in a restaurant last week, and you know, we're trying to enjoy our meal, and just as soon as we walk in, ah, ah, ah. So I walked up to the kid just like this. I went, ah, 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 ah. And I turned to the parents, ah, ah, how you like that, fuckers? Ah, ah. But I can understand why, you know, like there's like twice a year where you hear on the news where someone grabbed their kid and just, I can understand why. Like, I just can't stand it. It cuts me like a knife. And you can't go anywhere. We'll walk into a restaurant and literally every table has like one or two kids that are in boosters, they're in high chairs. Quit. What camera am I on here?
Axl, breathe.
Quit screwing, people. Get another.
We're not in a race. Okay.
I actually have a theory. What's going to happen if this planet gets too heavy because of the population? Because people are having kids 5 times as fast as people are dying. Is the Earth going to get so heavy eventually that's going to just fall out of the sky? That's my theory. And it's just amazing. I can't. Ah! Ah! I want my mommy.
I've got to try that. I've got to try that. You're right. We go out all the time too, and it's the same thing.
Oh my! Everywhere.
I mean, and it's not only crying, like I am right now, but they're running around the table.
Oh, yeah.
They're throwing shit at people. They're running around the table. They're like under your table. You know, it's like, what the hell is going on here? Yeah. Oops.
Ah! Ah! That's why I do that voice. I love doing that voice sometimes, just out of the blue in a restaurant. Ah! Ah! People are like, it's absolutely everywhere. That's the only thing. I love the suburbs, other than it takes me like half an hour to get to work and back. But everywhere you go. My God, people, come on. You don't need to justify your existence by having a kid. There's other ways to do it.
Right.
You know, shoot somebody.
Right.
Like, you'll get on TV. Just,
Write a poem, write a song, write a book, do something.
I'll never forget that day. Those parents are just like, and the kid is just going apeshit. Oh God, it's not right. And people have kids. I just want to walk up. I just don't have patience. I'm never going to have kids. I'm going to get fixed. And of course, the doctors are like, well, you know, you got to think about it, man. This is potentially, you can't reverse this. You know, this is it, man. The pressure, our society puts so much pressure on us to have kids.
Yeah.
It is just such a follow the flock mentality. You know?
Oh, sure, sure.
And then people are like, if I don't have kids, what am I going to do? Okay, someone else, some stranger will wipe my ass. Who cares? It's just not worth it. You just look at the people's faces.
Yeah.
They have like little kids. They're absolutely in hell. One of my coworkers, she has like a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old, and the kids are calling work like 6 times a day, and they're fighting with each other, and they're screaming at each other, and she's screaming at them on the phone. I want to get home when I kill you. You watch me. It's like, what? Where's the pleasure in that?
Right.
Can somebody answer this question for me? Where's the satisfaction in having children? Where's it at?
You gotta get somewhere besides
Other than a tax write-off, where's the pleasure in having kids? You know, well, okay, so what's your point? Cameron's a cool guy, but I'm sure when he was 3 or 4, he probably got tired of wiping the shit out of his ass after a while. But our mom would bust us in the mouth if we started crying.
Oh yeah, we would get socked in the
Great.
chicklets. if we acted up, it was.
Hey, we're alive.
Yeah.
That's got a few scars.
No, man, not too many scars. Yeah, yeah. If we acted up, oh my God, it was on. We got.
But now the 4 or 5-year-olds have, the judge's number on their pager. So
right, on their programmed in their cell phone,
Yeah,
so you can't even.
I saw a freaky thing today. I actually right now I should be in the hospital. I was driving home from Bally's on 100th and Washington, and this guy next to me was on a motorcycle. I was in the front lane going straight. He was in the next lane to go straight. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if God just stopped me for a second. Same thing that happened to us up there at by Gates.
Yeah.
A lady in a tracker runs the pure red light.
Oh my
the guy in the
God.
bike takes off, and she hits him, not even with the brakes on, it hits him dead on.
Oh no.
And he flips over the car, lands, and he was not moving at all. So I'm like, hey, what do I do? And
Oh
it is
my
just,
God.
It's so wild when that happens because it's like time just stops. It's like tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
Oof. He wasn't wearing a helmet, of course.
Oh, of course not.
So I parked my car, walked over there. He had his left leg was just shattered, and it was like
Oh.
6,000 pieces.
God.
But
Well, we saw that one night. We were coming back from our folks from lunch.
And the exact same thing
And the
happened.
exact same thing. And we were sitting there, and you could. It was like it was in slow motion. This guy, drunk hick, he ran the most pure red. It couldn't get any redder if.
and then a girl's third day on her period.
Yeah, exactly.
But
This guy ran, and a huge monster truck ran this red light and plowed into this family of 4, and it spun the car around.
Oh, yeah.
So we stopped. This little girl, 3, 4 years old in the back seat.
Wah! Wah! Wah!
She's going crazy, and it's like, if that car didn't have that side impact, that little girl would be.
What's that?
Gone.
I'm one of the few people that actually pays attention when they drive. And the lady that driving this car today she had 3 kids.
Oh my God.
And the kids are just, crying their eyes out, got their shakes. One girl had an ice pack on her head. So I'm guessing that she was, sit your goddamn asses down! Shut your ass up!
Right, or I'll be there at 8 o'clock.
That's what I was telling my girlfriend, sit your asses down! You're driving up their knees, Since when is driving your car suddenly not like the highest priority when you're driving your car?
Right.
But the guy broke his leg. He had like a big gash on his head. There's a little bit of blood on the street, but I'm sure he'll be all right. But it's one of those,
Oh my God.
it's one of those things you don't forget,
You gotta. I mean, that's.
And I was first one in line. I don't know why I paused for a second, but this chick was like
Just no cares in the world.
Oh,
I
no.
see people doing it all the time. They're yakking on their cell phones.
Ah.
They're doing all this crazy crap. They're unfolding maps. They're doing this, driving down the highway, and it's like, and their kids are rolling around the seat like an aluminum can. It's like those are the same people that will bitch about Michael Jackson hanging his kid over the balcony.
oh yeah.
Those in glass houses, take responsibility for yourselves before you start cracking on.
You mentioned the space shuttle blowing up, which is on our mom's birthday, which is
Mom's
wild.
birthday. That's right.
But this year, when the one disintegrated, February 2nd, I was in Graceland visiting Elvis's Graceland. I
Right.
was sitting on the couch. It's one of those things you never forget where you're at. You never forget the day was.
Right.
Happened to be Lisa Marie Presley's birthday that day, which I didn't know when we were there.
Oh wow.
And she's coming to town. Huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's coming here.
Yeah. But $22 ticket, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, screw that.
Unless she
But
shows
well, I'll
up
tell you, about 3 hours with that. Anyway, what? Nothing. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. So yeah. What? Yeah. It's basically, and I remember when John Lennon and John Belushi died.
Oh yeah.
Your birthday, 82. March 5th, 82. I remember when he died. I remember the day Sam Kinison died.
Oh yeah.
You remember where all these things are.
April 14th, 91. Isn't it?
Yeah. 1991. I remember when the space shuttle in 82 blew up. I remember all these dates like it was.
I heard a joke about that. What was her name?
Sally Ride.
What does Sally Ride say to her husband before she left the house? You feed the fish and I'll feed the you feed the cats and I'll feed the fish. Come on.
Come and get it! Kurt Cobain is gone, but I'm back wearing leather pants and a backwards hat. Guitar slum roll where the down boys go. The night train's back, so on with the show. A metal hell, then dress the thrill. I'm an SMF with the looks that kill. I rocked and rolled and long hair is back. And I grew up singing Strutter and
132nd, which is funny because the suburbs is so much different. I lived downtown with you for 10 years.
Yeah, we lived in the same
The
place.
suburbs is just so much different than downtown.
Oh, yeah.
So it takes some adjustment, you know, but the one thing I hate the worst is when you go to restaurants, everybody has a kid. Fucking everybody has a kid.
Well, it's everywhere now. It's not just down, it's not in the suburbs. Everybody.
To hell with smoking sections and non-smoking. You should have children's sections and non-children's sections. Because I can handle a table full of guys blowing clove smoke and cigar smoke in my face before I can handle a kid. And of course, the only two people in the room that don't hear are the parents.
Of course.
The parents are just.
Well, they tuned that stuff out years ago.
They're just numb to it. Numb to it. It just grates on me so bad,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
So actually, we were in a restaurant last week, and you know, we're trying to enjoy our meal, and just as soon as we walk in, so I walked up to the kid just like this. I went, And I turned to the parents, how you like that, fuckers? Like, I can understand why, you know, like, there's like twice a year where you hear on the news where someone grabbed their kid and just, I can understand why. Like, God, I just can't stand it. It cuts me like a knife. And you can't go anywhere. We'll walk into a restaurant and literally every table has like one or two kids that are in boosters, they're in high chairs. Quit. What camera am I on here?
Axl, breathe.
Quit screwing, people. Get another.
We're not in a race. Okay.
I actually have a theory. What's going to happen if this planet gets too heavy because of the population? Because people are having kids 5 times as fast as people are dying. Is the Earth going to get so heavy eventually that's going to just fall out of the sky? That's my theory. And it's just amazing. I can't. I want my mommy!
I've got to try that. I've got to try that. You're right. We go out all the time too, and it's the same thing.
I'm like, everywhere.
I mean, and it's not only crying, like I am right now, but they're running around the table.
Oh, yeah.
They're throwing shit at people. They're running around the table. They're like under your table. You know, it's like, what the hell is going on here? Yeah. Oops.
That's why I do that voice. I love doing that voice sometimes, just out of the blue in a restaurant. People are like, it's absolutely everywhere. That's the only thing.
It's out of
I love the
control.
suburbs, other than it takes me like half an hour to get to work and back, but everywhere,
It
everywhere
is.
you go. My God, people, come on. You don't need to justify your existence by having a kid. There's other ways to do it.
Right.
You know, shoot somebody.
Right.
Or you'll get on TV. Just,
Write a poem, write a song, write a book, do something.
I'll never forget that day. Those parents are just like, and the kid is just going apeshit. Oh God, it's not right. And people have kids. I just want to walk up. I just don't have patience. I'm never going to have kids. I'm going to get fixed. And of course, the doctors are like, well, you know, you got to think about it, man. This is potentially you can't reverse this. You know, this is it, man. The pressure. Our society puts so much pressure on us to have kids.
Yeah.
It is just such a fall of the flock mentality. You
Oh,
know?
sure.
And then people are like, if I don't have kids, what am I going to do? Okay, someone else, some stranger will wipe my ass. Who cares? It's just not worth it. You just look at the people's faces.
Yeah.
They have like little kids. They're absolutely in hell. One of my coworkers, she has like a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old, and the kids are calling work like 6 times a day. And they're fighting with each other, and they're screaming at each other, and she's screaming at them on the phone. And, I want to get home and I kill you. You watch me. It's like, where's the pleasure in that?
Right.
Can somebody answer this question for me? Where's the satisfaction in having children? Where's it at?
You gotta get somewhere beside
Other than a tax write-off, where's the pleasure in having kids? You know, well, okay, so what's your point? Cameron's a cool guy, but I'm sure when he was 3 or 4, he probably got tired of wiping the shit out of his ass after a while. But our mom would bust us in the mouth if we started crying.
Oh yeah, we would get socked in the chiclets if we acted up. It was.
Hey, we're alive.
Yeah.
That's got a few scars.
No, not too many scars. Yeah, yeah. If we acted up, oh my God, it was on. We got.
But now the 4 or 5-year-olds have the judge's number on their pager. So
right, programmed in their cell phones.
Yeah,
Well, cool. You gonna do a couple songs for us?
Sure.
Why don't you get up and do a couple songs? We'll run some more smack and we'll get into some headlines.
All right.
Give it up. So you're just gonna do a couple songs from the new?
Yeah, the CD that'll probably be out like in 3 years.
What's the name? Do you have the name for it yet?
The first song is called On Through. All my songs are like about being a free spirit and doing what you want and kind of saying, hey, screw you guys and your consequences and don't tell me how to dress. So the first song is called On Through. The second song is called Jackknife, which is basically the same thing. Do what you want to do. Have fun doing it. Who cares what the people think? Dye your hair this color if you want to. Mm-hmm. It's like I noticed that your girlfriend, her son came over the house a couple months ago, has hair dyed green, and whatever you want to do is sweet. Of course, he's like a straight A student or whatever, so there's not enough of that out there. Everyone else is following what Britney Spears does, or what the guy from Matchbox 20 is wearing.
Exactly. What Blink-182 was doing today.
Actually, I went and saw Train like a month ago.
You like them?
Oh God, I can't get enough of them.
See, she played the CD for me. I didn't dig it at all. I couldn't get into that at all.
This guy's got an amazing voice.
Oh,
I can't understand why a band like Counting Crows is playing Red Rocks and Train's playing the Fillmore. But
bad management, that's what that's called.
Their new CD has probably already cracked my top 10.
Wow.
It is just amazing. There's like one bad song on there, and that's it. Ugh.
Wow.
Great band. All right.
All right. Moving right along. All right, well, give it up. Robert Materi's going to do a couple tunes. Let's hear it. I like the shirt, by the way. That's an oldie.
The shirt's like 14 years old.
14 years old, that shirt.
Wore this thing in high school like 3 days a week for... Actually, that's another thing that happened. I got hit by a car in high school. My buddy and I did. October 30th, 1987, freshman in high school. School just got out. And we're walking across the street. It was like 20 feet from the light. We decided, well, let's cross here. And this lady was, luckily this lady was slowing down. And she still hit us probably doing like 15 or 20, but boy. My bag flew in the other lane. My glasses flew 10 feet behind me. My buddy got caught underneath the car. And to show you what kind of personality our parents have, this is beautiful. So I'm like, come on, man. Everybody in the school is watching, right? So so we grab our shit. We got bruises, down the side of our legs. We're like shaking because and people are yelling, you guys okay? You guys okay? Yeah, whatever. So the lady gets back in her car and leaves. So we walk home. He actually played football the next day. I didn't, but I get home. I'll never forget. It just started raining. I get home, and we're collecting autographs from like football players. They used to give them in the mail all the time. I got Danny White in the mail that day, the old punter / quarterback of the Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys.
I walk in. I tell my mom, I just got hit by a car. She starts laughing.
What? Actually, before I got a story like that too. I was playing with our neighbor kid. I was like, we were what, little kids. We were playing with our neighbor kid, and my mom's got the greatest sense of humor. I love my parents to death. This is why. I get home, and we were playing with our little neighborhood kid, Tommy. Tommy was probably, what, 10 years younger than we were?
Yeah.
So we were out there, we were throwing the football with him and stuff. We were in the back, and his parents had an open ground barbecue pit.
He actually took my virginity.
I won't repeat that. So, okay. So I was running, and I fell backwards into this barbecue pit, and I gashed my arm all the way up. I mean, it's open. You can see. I was, oh, cool, bone.
It's butterflied like a steak.
Yeah, I'm filleted like a steak. So I go home and I go, Mom, I cut my arm. To show you what a sense of humor my mom has, she gets a can of Bactine and this little Band-Aid. She goes, all right, come here, let me see it. And she goes, oh shit. I had to go to the emergency. My parents are great.
That's our mom. That's not including our dad.
Yeah, you don't even want to know about what our dad does. My God. All right, cool. Let's hit it. Get into some songs.
This song is called On Through. If there is another CD, probably 2 or 3 years from now, this will be on there. I'm doing a couple covers. I'm going to try and do Knock on Heaven's Door. But just give you an idea what it's hopefully going to be about. Thank you, God, for watching over me. Many would like to see me hang from my family tree. Standing your ground can be so tough on the knees. Wanting to belong is such a relentless deed. Let the free spirit on through. See it soar above you. Thank you, God, for cutting into me. Constant change breastfeeds my sanity. I'm gone halfway the line. Let's try that again. You edit that, right?
Oh, sure.
Thank you, God, for cutting into me. Constant change breastfeeds my sanity. I need a reminder I'm not one of the sea. I'm gone and you haven't reached 3. Let the free spirit on through. See it soar above you. Let the free spirit on through. See it soar above you. On through, on through, on through, on through.
Yeah.
All right. A little bit different.
That's good.
It's not as good as sleeping with your faggot, but you know.
You can't have it all. You can pee on me.
You guys want to hear it again? Broken life it will repair. Girl in a dress on a bike wear. Cherry red, come on, dye your hair. Don't let a bully take your hair. Bad breath, what do you care? Eat a fistful of crap on a dare. It's your life. It's your life. It's your life. It's your life. It's one of many, so jackknife. Listen to Tom Petty in the nude. Crack a smile when you feel rude. When you're out, get in the mood. On the weekend, change altitude. Bad with names, everyone is dude. Make love in old age, you will elude. It's your life. one of many I saw. A jackknife saw a shooting star, ain't that cool? With open arms, welcome ridicule. On a Monday, act like a fool. Scare her to death by renting a mule. That was a funny line there, right? Experiment at the shallow end of the pool. First thing in the morning, yell, I rule. It's your lie, it's your lie, it's your lie, it's your lie, it's one of many, so. A jackknife.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you get a cramp?
I'm just not used to, I haven't practiced in a long time.
Oh.
Buying the house and all, I've been absolutely so occupied like the last month. But those are the two new ones.
Very
so.
cool. Are you gonna do it? You wanna do
I
it?
can try. It's been a long time.
For those who haven't heard this is the sickest shit you will ever hear. Go ahead, hit it.
I can try it.
All right, go ahead. I'll help you out with the words if you don't know.
I usually catch and you pitch. The bloodstain in your underwear is the snitch. Let me smell your weenie. See if you've been stick in a ditch. Who's the home wrecking sinner, Mr. Saint? Who left that hickey on your taint? And who's been sleeping with my faggot? He's mine, not an NC magnet. Who's been sleeping with my faggot? That's not my dick on his breath, god damn it. What's the next line then? I come home to crash. The finest chick so gerbil in the trash. Why does he lie? Who's the other John? Who's tossing my man salad when I'm gone? Who's the home wrecking sinner, Mr. Saint? Who left that hickey on your taint? And who's been sleeping with my faggots? Who's been sleeping with my faggot? Who's been sleeping with my faggot? Who's been sleeping with my faggots? Does he wear dress for you? Does he service you at the zoo? Does he swallow or just chew? Does he felt you when he's through? And who's been sleeping with my faggot? He's mine, not a Nancy magnet. Who's been sleeping with my faggot? He's mine. Oh, that's good enough.
That is the sickest all ever. Oh my God, that still gets me. To this day, that song still gets me. I cry every time I hear that song. I want to get a couple. I want to talk couple more things with you. I want to get your takes on a couple more things, then we'll get into some headlines. The Kobe Bryant deal going on here in Colorado. What's your deal? What's your take on that whole deal?
It doesn't surprise me that it's in Colorado. Let's just put it that way. I don't know.
Thanks for continuing to make Colorado the laughing stock of the nation.
I was actually stunned because I heard about the whole thing. The first time I saw him, he was like denying it, and then the next day I found out he actually admitted to having sex with her. So I think his wife needs to take her money while she can and walk.
That's exactly what I'm saying too.
But I don't know. I think this girl saw Kobe Bryant in a little hick town, and I think it's both things. I think she said, "Give it to me rough," and he did, and she's like, "Bingo!" And I don't know. I have no idea. He's a dickhead because he obviously cheats on his wife. He's been married for like what, like 6 months?
They
or
just
something?
had a daughter.
Yeah, so.
They just had a baby girl. That's why I hope they fry you.
I'm standing right in the middle of the fence right now. I know I could care less actually otherwise, but
Right.
I think he might be in trouble going up here to Hickville, Colorado, and but
Having surgery.
I think I meant facing the jury up here. I think he might be.
I
in
think
trouble.
that's what I think that's going to get him.
When is this thing airing? When is this show airing? Because there's a good chance he'll probably plea bargain by then.
But that's what a lot of people are saying, that he's going to go ahead and pay this chick off and won't even go to trial.
I mean, America forgets quickly. Look what happened to Marv Albert. This guy,
He's back in the NBA.
he's wearing a G-string and beating off into his own feces or something, and 2 weeks later he's back to working with the NBA.
What?
So.
Just like Michael Jackson did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like we all forgave Michael Jackson, kinda. He's still a laughing stock, but yeah, exactly right. Michael Jackson, Marv Albert. I mean, the list goes on and on. You know.
People, America forgives too easily.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I said this on the sports show across the hall that I do. I said, dude, if you would have come out point blank the day it happened and said, look, dude, I screwed up. It won't happen again. Nobody would care. You know.
I want to know what this girl looks like. I'm curious. Is she
too.
a white girl? Is she a black girl?
She's a white chick. I guess she's like a teenage, like a hottie. She's like 18 years old, like a cheerleader looking. I've not seen pictures of her.
You know what's wild? I went hiking. I hiked Mount Sherman like 3 weeks ago. And then we ran into this guy that was hiking up there. And he claims he's from Eagle, Colorado, and the girl was at the party the weekend before, bragging about having sex with him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's supposed to have it on videotape. Of course, this is from
Well-
some jagoff. He ran up in the mountains, so.
Right. So,
Probably-
I don't know. Like I said, if he is guilty, I hope he gets sent up the river. You know, big deal. One less a-hole to worry about.
He can actually only get probation, and that's it.
Well, not if he's convicted, he could get 5 years to life.
But they're saying he can get like 60 years of probation or something like that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, God.
It's not. Oh yeah. It's not like he jumped out of the woods and raped her.
Right. So they're saying it's going to be consensual then, if that's.
Well, it's already known that it's consensual. She went up to the room willingly and all that.
And then some guy drives her home, and they don't go to the police for some reason.
And
So.
what happened is she didn't even want to tell, but when her mom found out, her mom pressured her to go to the
I
police.
knew it.
Man, you got Kobe semen on you?
Monica Lewinsky.
You smell like Kobe, girl. Where you been?
All right, well, cool. Let's get into some headlines. Give it up. Colorado's most controversial comedian, Robert Mateer. Give it up. One of my favorite human beings on the planet. Headlines. If you have a headline, send them to Axl Cones, 1209 Pennsylvania, Suite A, Denver, Colorado, 80203. Axl Cones at msn.com. If I read them on the air, I will send you out a T-shirt. This first one reads, here we see Denver kids enjoying their first day of school. And the one that I could not get to stand. All right. This one reads, enter the Colorado Crush sweepstakes for a chance to win the date with Terry Gillespie and her huge blimps. Here you go. You'll like this one. I did this one. This one is about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years old. You're going to like this one. Check this one. Here it is. What do Coors Beer and Peter Coors Out and Proud Son Chips Dick have in common? They both taste like shit. Another classic one here. This was on a previous episode. With a show of hands, how many here have smoked pot but not inhaled? Okay, whatever. Very first episode ever, January of 2000. Really, Grandma? You took it all the way to there? I'm pretty proud of that one. Here's Craig Titus, winner of this year's I Have No Penis contest. Here you go, Bob. You'll like this one too. After 16 Special Olympians drowned, it was decided swimming will not be added to next year's games. I also have something else I got to tell you too. I don't think you know this yet. Here we go. Moving right along. Michael Jackson was in Denver this week. This one's wrong. This one is so wrong. Read Jason. I cracked myself up. Read Jason Kendall's new release on leprosy, entitled Lipsy.
What? Oh my God! How'd you get that?
That's going in the archives. That's one of my favorites.
God!
Oh no! All right. And finally, yeah, that's going in the archives. That's a good one. All right, this is a good one too. Here's a good one too. And finally, after a hard day at the nursing home, Dee Walters likes to unwind with a good smoke, little Snoop Doggy Dogg music, and a game of strip bingo.
Oh, jeez. I heard a joke the other day. How does Snoop Dogg keep his whites white? With bleach.
I wanna. Now that you're here, I've got an announcement to say. One of my shows that you did back, it was I think last year. No, it was earlier this year. It was earlier this year. That night we talked about the North Star system on the cars.
Ah,
That is up for a Cable Wave Award.
really?
So I'll let everybody know. Yeah. At the next taping, I'll let everybody know. The Wave Awards is basically at a cable. It's an ACE Awards,
What's the category?
talk show entertainment.
Huh.
We are up for an award. It's the award ceremony. It's actually being held it was in Sacramento, California last year. It's in Denver, Colorado, downtown this year. So I'll let everybody, all the viewers know if we won or not. But we're up for an award. Can you imagine the Cones are up for an award? But all right, well that's it. I want to thank Colorado's most controversial comedian Robert Matier. I want to thank everybody for coming out and helping me celebrating the 80s tribute like this. Also, one other quick announcement. Looks like I have about a minute to go. We are possibly going to do a live broadcast at Brooklyn's Restaurant in Arvada. This is going to be a monster gig. I want you to come out and play live in front of about 400 people. I think you're totally down with that.
I was ready tonight. Man, ignore all those edits in there.
Yeah, don't forget the skipping parts of the thing. But get a hold of the Cone Zone, axlcones@msn.com, or you can call the hotline 303-831-7737. I'll put all the info on the hotline. Colorado's most controversial comedian. Whoever, this guy here, give it up. Thank you very much. That's the show. Good night. We'll talk to you soon.